Hey, welcome back to Connect Through Beauty. Today's episode is with Evie Rivera Peterson. She and I met 13 years ago, which is incredible, when we went through Redken artist training in Tampa, and it was certainly the best experience of my life. So I am so happy to reconnect and to hear about all the amazing things that she's been up to. You guys are really gonna love it. She is a Redken artist for 13 years. She also is a Zambia ambassador, which is incredible. So you'll definitely hear a little bit more about that as she dives kind of right into that. She is a stylist behind the chair at Octagon Salon and Spa, and also works with Tearsheet as well, and Giovanni. And she also just works on a ton of different projects, Fashion Week, really like you name it, Evie is a part of it and has been excelling tremendously in her career and doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon, which is phenomenal. So listen in and keep staying connected.
Sam handpicked everybody that he wanted on his team. And so it was really cool because there's 19, 20 of us. And everyone plays a different part. Everybody has their own swag, their way of doing things. And what's nice is we have our own unique, what would you want to say, our own unique, style. And but it's cool because we all come together wanting the same thing. But I love it because you got to be yourself. And that's what he stresses, is for us to be ourselves. And I love it. So I get to share a lot of editorial. I do a lot of Fashion Week, like 6 Fashion Weeks a year. And I get to bring to the table a lot of the looks that I do for Fashion Week. And in LA, I get to lead a lot of the shows. So it works out really good because then I'll work with Hot Roller Girl, Kristen, who grabbed with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I get to work with Kristen a lot, and she has me lead shows there, and it works out great. I get to do New York and Vancouver. I've done Paris Fashion Week, and it was great. But so what I do on Sam's team is I get to utilize that, and we have lives like every month and every day. Someone's always on there. And so I get to take what I bring to Fashion Week and bring it to everyone out there, and stylists and consumers, who's ever watching. But we do it behind the scenes. So it's really cool.
Oh, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. I love that.
Yeah. And then I try to make it salon friendly so they can also bring it to the salon or at home and then show you a little different way of doing it. So it works out really good.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I am so excited for you.
Thank you.
So tell me, how did you get to this point in your career? Talk to me, tell me this journey that you've been on.
So after becoming an artist, like I was saying earlier, I love editorial work. And when I met Giovanni, after I got hired with Redken, I met Giovanni, and then I started in the editorial field because I love what he does and how he works. And so I got to be an artist on his team, which was amazing. I took 4 classes, and I asked, how do I get on this team? I want to do this. And I started doing editorial. He told me what I had to do, how to do it, and I did. And then now I got to share with other people, just what else is behind just being behind a chair. What else is there? More than just being behind a chair. I mean, I love being behind the chair, and it's great. But if you want to do more, there's more things out there. Like we were saying, Fashion Week, doing a little more editorial work. What's cool about connecting with Giovanni for Tearsheet is that from being on his team, then I got to go to Fashion Weeks, but then I also started doing celebrity hair in February American Heart Association. So then in February, you're going to meet a lot of celebrities. So that's a lot of fun. You get your name out there, you get a network, and it's all about networking and speaking to people. But I love the whole industry of hair and design and clothing, and, you know, just it all comes together, you know, all the runway, and, you know, it works. It's just, I have words. I can't even explain it.
I know. It's actually like a feeling that you really can't explain. It's, I mean, you just hit it, you know, it isn't just behind the chair. There's so much more to this industry. And that's definitely been one of my missions, is to open up the eyes of people that, you know, are thinking about getting into the industry, don't know how to start. Maybe, you know, maybe they have people telling them not to get into the industry. You know, there's all kinds of things that play into this, right? But there's so much more. And there's just this amazing thing that's happening right now. And I keep saying that I feel like the beauty industry is on this like reset right now. And we've hit this reset button, and like we are just completely blowing up. And it's been a really cool adventure just to kind of see and get more involved in it. And it's definitely evolving and getting bigger in my eyes, for sure. What do you think?
I agree because, like I'm saying, I didn't know when I first got started as a hairstylist, I didn't know what else we could do. I thought this was it. You're either a stylist or you're a salon owner. But once I learned about being an educator for any brand, you know, I chose Redken because I love Sam and the people that I've seen, you know, Justin, Hugo, Giovanni, I love them. So I was like, I want to see what's up with the brand. And so I got involved. But there is so much. I mean, from fashion weeks to a brand, you know, to owning a salon, being a stylist, you know, doing editorial work. You could do so much, you know, one day in life, you know, owning your own business, you know, your own brand. I mean, there's so much you can do in this hair industry. That people just don't think you can go that far, but you can. And it just depends on what you want, though, because everyone doesn't want that, and it's okay if you don't want it. You know, so you go after your dreams, and I have a lot of dreams and a lot of goals, and it's something that I always wanted since I was a kid. So it's happening, but there is so much more, and I feel like our industry is booming. We're not just little stylist, you know. I think I used to feel like we were nothing because people would just be like, oh, you're just a stylist. And I'm like, what? So much more. We're not just stylists. We're like therapists. We're like doctors. You know, we help people. We make them feel beautiful. And when they walk out of your chair and you get to touch them and they feel beautiful when they leave, you know, that's the best feeling you can ask for, you know. Just, you know, putting a smile on someone's face and being able to use the tools that you were given as a gift and then share, you know, what works for them, their hair, you know, a cut, a color, to make them look good and feel good about themselves. I mean, I think it's, I think it really, you know, for someone to feel excited out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is an incredible feeling to know that you're making a difference in someone's life, you know. But no matter where you are in the beauty space, you really, we're here for one mission, and that's the mission, to make a difference, for sure.
Yeah. And that's what I feel like. Everybody around the world, I feel like when it comes to the beauty industry, when it comes to design, we're out there for the same thing. And it's making people to look good, people to feel good. And I think we're all after the same thing. However we do it, we're after the same thing. And I love that. And I don't know if you knew, but I did a Split Ends show. It was a reality TV show in 2007.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I feel like we talked about that when we were doing our Redken artist training.
Yeah, and I did it because I wanted people to know that it doesn't matter where you live, whether you live in Illinois, Chicago, or California, New York. It doesn't matter where you live. We're all out there to do the same thing.
Mm.
And there's no boundaries. I mean, you could go so far, but we're after the same thing. So we're all stylists, whether we educate or whether we don't, or whether we own a salon or whether we're stylists, whatever we are, we're out there for the same thing, to make people look good, to feel good, to show our craft and what we do.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And that's what, we got to all connect and be one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when you're out and you're doing your thing and sometimes you're in salons too, right? So, what have you been talking with stylists about? Like what's been the conversation out there?
So like the conversation and like the looks that are out, you're seeing a lot of blonde, a lot of silver. You're seeing a lot of vivid colors now, because before vivids weren't for everybody. Mm-hmm. I mean, vivid everywhere now. So, but you're getting a lot of bold colors. Color blocking is back, balayage. And then what's really, really awesome is curly hair is back. Mm-hmm. And it is out there, and it's all about texture. Whether you have an upstyle or editorial look, you're walking the red carpet, you're seeing a lot of natural curl right now, a lot of texture. And people coming together, learning everyone's nationality and how to do all types of hair, not just one type of hair. We all need to come together as a community and learn every type of hair. So when someone comes into your chair, it's not like, I don't know how to do that curly hair. I don't know how to do that texture. You want to be able to do all types of hair. And it's just the fabric, and that's it. So you're seeing curly hair everywhere. And I love curly hair. I specialize in curly hair as well. My whole family has curly hair, being from a Puerto Rican family, but I love it. And I love for everyone out there is embrace your curls, embrace your waves, embrace your texture, because that's what's in right now.
I love to hear you talk about that. I mean, that it's so true. And I feel like we've really come a long way in that department for sure. It's funny that you said your whole family my husband is Puerto Rican, and my daughters now. So one has really straight hair and one has really curly, thick hair. So I'm like, oh man, we really have to work here. But it's really great because you're right. Like there's just so many tools out there that you can use, and to be able to teach my daughter that this is beautiful and, this is how you do it and this is what you're going to use. It's just, it's a kind of unspeakable. It's really cool because I've never personally experienced it, but I see it through her and her struggle. And I can only imagine, like, everything is just really evolving in that way. So it's really cool to see.
Mm-hmm. I love it, and I love the change. And, and now guys, this is what's crazy is, like, back in the day, guys had, like, mullets, and they were perming the back of their hair. Well, now the kids are all perming the top of their heads, and they're doing, like shags and blowouts. But it's so funny how everything changes. The perm went from the back, and now it's to the front, and now our shags are called shaglets because it's a shag and a mullet mixed together. Or you got the wolf cut, which is still a shag, but it's just different verbiage and changing it up. So hair evolves, but yet it's still, it's just tweaked from before,
Right.
So it always comes back.
Right. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And it comes back better. That's what I love. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like even our clothing, stuff things that we used to wear before, they're back, the hip huggers, the high waist, you're seeing all of that, the flares. I mean, all of that's in, and they just come back, like you said, they come back better. And just with a little twist to make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. And it keeps things interesting. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Because things I said, I won't wear that. Now I'm wearing them, and I was like, oh yeah. Just kidding.
I went out last night with my husband, and I wore these, like, like the mom jeans with the tears and stuff. And I always said, like, I just can't get into that. I can't do that. But
yeah,
here I am doing it.
Yep. Buying distressed jeans that cost like $80, and you could just cut them and make them yourself, which my mom banned them because she's like, what, you don't have any money? You gotta wear holy jeans?
It's so funny. Oh, I love it. So like if you're sitting here and you're talking to someone that's just starting out in their career, what advice would you give them?
You know what I would say to someone, you know what, follow your dreams. Don't let anyone discourage you. And if hair is what you want to do, you know, not to let anyone discourage you, because there's so much more to do than, like I said, than just behind the chair. But if you love being behind the chair, that is quite okay, because that just touching people's hearts every day is wonderful, and it's a feel good for sure. But I would say take classes, get educated. Even though you're in a salon and you're working, take classes. That's the only way you're going to grow. Be open to new things. You know, always keep what you have, but add to your toolbox by taking more classes and learning, and never shut down, because when you shut down, you're done. Mm-hmm. And that's in hair or anything else. Be open for all things, because it's just going to make you better and well-rounded.
Absolutely. Oh, so good. And I want to touch on, I kind of want to pick your brain on retail. It seems to be this like real talk right now. And with the younger generation, I think it's been hard, you know, for them to get past the word selling. So we use educating.
Yes.
And so educating the client on retail and why it's so important. So we have this kind of like a block or fear with it. And so what's your take on that?
I feel like, and even for me, like growing up, but I feel like rejection, you know, it plays a part of it. You know, they're going to tell me, no, I'm not even going to ask. You know, I don't want to be shut down. And I think people play off a part with that. And kids nowadays, I think they feel that a lot, because there's a lot of emotions, I would say, in this time, in this era. A lot of anxiety and a lot of rejection, a lot of stuff, you know, is going on with emotions, I would say, in this era now. And what they got to think about is, just like you said, we're educating them. You want to educate your client and what they need for their hair. Forget about you. Forget about what you're trying to do. Think about them. What do they need for their hair? Do they need a mousse, a light mousse? Do they need a root lift? You know, what product do they need to make their hair look their best? You know, and you tell them, you learn about the product and you tell them about it so they understand. And if they want to get it, then they buy it. And if they don't, that's fine. You note it. So when they come again, because without product, you're not going to have the same look. So you need to constantly educate someone, educate yourself, but also educate your guest. And everybody's hair is different, and your hair is different in the summer and the winter. So you need to change your products up, but you need to educate your clients so they know that. So that way you full service them all around, not just a haircut and color, but you full service them from the beginning to the end. So they need the product to make their beautiful hair that she just spent money on look the best it can look. You know, so I educate all my guests. You know, I show them what I'm using, why I'm using it, how I'm using it, and the benefits of it. And that's what you want to do. Forget, yes, I want it, no, I want it. Just educate your client, full service your client, and let them choose.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Yeah, we're really, really starting to, we're really starting to talk that language in our company, where it's, you know, we've always had, I think, you know, that hesitation with retail. And even for myself, when I was behind the chair, I'd have really great days, and then I would be really off. And it all had to do with my mindset and where I was at and how I was thinking. And, you know, you're right. It's just full circle. It's a full service. It's not about you. It's about them. And to constantly walk through the door in that mindset is what is going to set you apart from everybody else.
Mm-hmm. You know, and yeah, and just like once you get in there, you know, once you get into your chair, it's showtime. Okay, do your thing. But bottom line on retail is educate your client. You know, it's not about you. It's about what they need for their hair. You know, you might get 5 no's. You'll get 1 yes. Hey, and that's all you need. But, you know, you just continue to educate them. If you don't educate them, someone else will. And you won't see that client again because someone else told them what they needed. So you need to let them know what they need.
Yeah. I love that. So you had mentioned that you note things. So if you've talked to your client about it, are you a big like, I did this on, you know, your client today, and then maybe next time come in and talk about this. So like, do you know, that's huge, especially if they've told you something important, or maybe next time I can get the shampoo and conditioner. And that's how you remember and you really give them the service and the experience.
Mm-hmm. And that's true, because at first I didn't have to, I remembered everything. But then it's like, now I have so many clients and now I'm flying everywhere and doing all these different things. So I'm not just going to test that. So I write everything down. So I have either you write it on your sheet or you put it in the computer. I put it in the computer and I let them know. You know, we talked about, you know, guts and full frame, or we talked about the next color, you know, and I write it in my notes. So when I see them, I know it. If I remember it, great. But at least I can go back to it. And they love that. They love that because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm glad you wrote that down. I love that you care and you write it down, or you think about me. Because I'll think, even at nighttime, what am I going to do to their hair? What would work good in their hair? I think about those things, you know. But that's definitely what you want to do, is just take notes so that way you remember. And always write your, you know, what you did in their color, write that down. So that way, if they say, I just love my color, you know, that you know what you did before. And if you need to tweak it a little, you can. But at least you have that basis of what you did before.
Oh, yeah. It's such a great customer service tool. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me, you know, were there some times where you're in this industry, you're doing all these amazing things? Are there times where you're just kind of like, I need a break, or I need a minute, or how do you reset yourself? How do you stay focused and you know, giving 100%?
You know what? I'm learning boundaries, and I'm going to say to all of you guys out there that you need to have boundaries. And just now learning boundaries. I don't have many, but that is one of my rules from Chris Berry and Chris Moody. I need to have boundaries. I need to make rules, and at least make 5 rules that you will stay by. Whether it's like, I will take a vacation every year, and you do it. And whether you say, I don't work on Sundays, that's what I'm doing, you know, so you have to make your rules. So this is something new to me that I'm learning, because I'm bad at it, because all I do is work. But the one thing that I always do that I have not missed ever was I pray, and I put everything to God, and I pray about everything, because I need him to give me my peace, but I also work out. And that workout, me working out helps me to also be at peace. So those 2 things is what helps me stay steady in my life. And it may not be for everybody. However, whatever your beliefs are, you know, whatever takes your mind somewhere else, you need that. So for me, you know, I do a lot of praying, and I have to make sure I get my workout in there, because if I don't work out, I'm lost. So I make sure I work out, and that keeps me balanced everywhere. But my new thing this year is to make rules on what I need to do, and then stand by them, you know. So whether I don't take vacation, so I'm going to say I'm going to take a vacation 2 times a year, and I need to put them in there. You know? Well, things like that. So for me, what works for me is like prayer and working out. And that's what gives me my peace. That grounds me in everything else I'm doing, and my family. And having them behind me is what works for me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think without those things, it gets too chaotic.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, whatever, you're right. Like whatever those things are for you, make sure you commit it to yourself.
Yes. Yes. 100%. You need something. You need a balance.
Yep.
You definitely have to do something.
Yeah.
You got something.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm going to ask you a question. This might be really hard for you to answer because you do so many amazing things, but can you think of a time where you just kind of were having like that outer body experience? Like, wow, I can't even believe here we are and we're doing this and this is amazing. Do you ever have, what was that moment?
Okay, this is Ryan Morgan. I worked with Ryan Morgan in Wisconsin, and it was like 4 hours, 5 away from my house. And he was the first person who put me on the floor on stage. And he says, Evie, you're going to do a look on stage. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, I know you work with Tearsheet, you work with Giovanni. I know you have tricks in your bag. And I'm like, what? And so he's like, I'm going to show you a quick look. And he showed me a look, and he goes, you're going to do it on stage. He goes, I don't have another set of, earphones for you. I go, or microphone. And I was like, it's okay. I don't want to talk. He goes, but you're going to do it. And I was like, ah! But he showed me it quickly, and I did it. And it was amazing, scary, but it was like, I was like out of myself because I could see me work. I could see me doing the style. I'm smiling. I'm having a good time. And my hands were shaking. And I was like, what the heck? And it was like a long time since it happened, but it was crazy. I remember that. And that was probably like my biggest, and then, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And would you say like maybe that's the moment that it just kind of pushed you into that space you needed to be in?
Yeah, definitely. And I was like, I could do this. But I always wanted it. But with him giving me that push, it made me want it more. Because when you taste something, you want it more. If it's good, you want it more. And I was like, okay, I'm doing this, And I came from a super shy place before. And so that was always a goal of mine, is to get rid of that shyness. I don't know why I was shy like that, but I was. And I keep pushing and pushing and pushing to get out of that because I hated me being like that. But it's working. It's working.
Oh, I would say it's definitely working. You're doing an incredible job and really making a difference out in the industry. And I know I'm truly enjoying watching it and rooting for you all the way and your success. It's been really cool to watch.
Thank you. I love it. Everyone who I met along the way, all my mentors, I appreciate them. I appreciate our brand, Redken, and Tearsheet, Sam Via, and everyone who's linked to all of us. I love it, and I appreciate all of them. The salon that I started with Janelle, it's been great. It's been great. I think everything helped me be where I am today.
It's so true. It's so true. Even like I can look back, and even like the times where I felt like, wow, this is really hard. This is tough. Even those times, I mean, everything leads you to where you are today. And it's so important.
Yes, I agree. And so, it's challenging, and it's scary. And, sometimes you think, I can't do this but you just got to keep going. If you want it, do it. Don't let anyone stop you. I have dreams, and I'm doing my dreams. I don't care. I had someone, believe it or not, I had someone tell me, well, that's too hard. You can't be a Redken artist. It's too hard. And they corporate. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh, I'm doing this. I know what I want.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, wow. Yeah. I go, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your no and
Yeah.
raise you.
Yep. And now they're just like, what? I go, mm-hmm. You know, it's like, you can't listen to other people. You know, you got to do what you want to do. And don't let anyone shun you or, you know, make you change your feelings. If you want it, go for it, you know.
Right.
You have to do you. You can't sit here and wait for other people. And that's what I learned. Like, you know, you're always trying to wait for people, like, to get where you're at. Come on, hurry. You don't have time for that, because if they're not wanting what you want, or if they're not ready for what you want, you can't wait. You just got to go and fly.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It's, you know, life is funny. And if you start doing what you intend to do, you start living in your purpose and becoming the person you've always seen yourself becoming. It's amazing how your world around you changes too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's like you don't hang out with everybody anymore because you're busy. You know, they're hanging out and you're like, okay, I'm working, or I'm putting a class together, or I'm flying somewhere, but it's okay. It's okay. I truly love what I do. It's okay. You know, so you'll make time. You got to make time for your friends, though. And, you know, you got to make time so that way you don't forget about them. They don't forget about you. But they know I'm always busy, and it's just what I do. And the ones that understand, you know, they'll be there for you.
Absolutely. Oh man. Oh gosh. Well, I'm so thankful that you did this with me today. I truly appreciate it. I'm gonna put your website in the link for the podcast. I'll tag Redken, Tearsheet, everybody. And Sam, yeah, we absolutely, and we'll get everybody out there to hear this. This was fun, so fun, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you asking me to be on this. I enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. Have a really great day. I know you have to get behind the chair today, so enjoy your day and the rest of your week.
Thank you so much. You have a good day too. It was great talking to you.
So good. We have to do this again.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. I have so many more goals, so I'm waiting to hit them.
All right, girl. I'm ready to watch and keep cheering you on.
Thank you.
You're amazing. All right, I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. So you guys just got to listen to Evie and her career, and it truly is an amazing career. I have to say, I just am blown away with everything that she has done, and she's so right. You know, the sky is the limit, and you set your goals and you keep going after them no matter what. You know, little by little, you will get there. And I think we always have to keep that in mind and keep that bite-sized pieces. You know, make sure that you're not biting off the entire goal all at once. Keep it simple. Do something to work towards it every day, and you'll get there. So I appreciate you listening in today. Keep staying connected. Don't forget to share this episode. So subscribe and share this episode out with everyone that you know that could really benefit from this. Keep staying connected and have a great day.